The nursery is pitch black, smelling of lavender and baby powder. My 4-month-old daughter Maya is finally asleep in my arms after 2 hours of crying. The silence feels like a gift from heaven. Then I hear it. A low, rhythmic buzz coming from inside the oversized stuffed elephant Mark bought her last month. At first, I think it's a toy battery dying. I reach into the Velcro seam in the back, expecting to find a music box or some electronic gadget. Instead, my hand closes around cold glass and metal. A burner phone. The screen lights up my face in the darkness. The message reads, "Is the baby asleep? I'm waiting at the house." My heart doesn't just drop. It turns to stone. My hands start shaking so hard I almost drop Maya. Who is this? Why does my husband have a secret phone hidden in our daughter's toy? I hear footsteps coming down the hall. Panic floods through me like ice water. I shove the phone back into the elephant just as Mark leans into the room. "Still awake, Elena?" he whispers, his voice dripping with that rehearsed, perfect husband tenderness he uses when other people are around. I look at him, really look at him, in the dim glow of the nightlight shaped like a moon. He looks like the man I married 6 years ago. Same smile, same eyes, same everything. But he feels different now. He feels like a predator standing in the doorway of my baby's room. "Just settling her," I say, forcing my voice to stay steady even though my heart is pounding so loud I'm sure he can hear it. "She's been fussy tonight." He nods and backs away. That's when the rage starts to simmer. Before we continue, I would like to know where you're watching from in the comment section. Also hit the subscribe button and share this video as this will help this video to travel far so others can learn also. My name is Elena Martinez. For 6 years, I was a high-level corporate auditor at Henderson Financial Group. I tracked money for a living. I found fraud, caught embezzlers, and saved companies millions of dollars. Then I got pregnant with Maya. Mark told me I needed to focus on the family while he handled the finances. "You've worked so hard, baby," he said, stroking my hair. "Let me take care of everything now. You just take care of our little girl." I believed him. I actually believed him. I let my guard down for the first time in my adult life. I handed over my paycheck, my savings, everything. I became just a mom, while he became the breadwinner. Flashback to our wedding day, Mark promising to protect us, to love us, to never let anything harm our family. It was a lie. He didn't want a partner. He wanted a distraction while he built a secret life right under my nose. The next morning, I watch Mark get ready for work like I do every day. But today, everything looks different. He spends 10 full minutes on his hair, using that expensive gel he bought last week. He checks his reflection from 3 different angles. He kisses Maya on the forehead, then turns to me. But the kiss he gives me is strange. It's performative, aimed at the hallway mirror behind me, not actually at my lips. Like he's practicing for an audience that isn't there. "Big meeting today?" I ask, keeping my voice light and casual like nothing is wrong. "Huge," he says, adjusting his tie one more time. "The CEO wants to discuss my promotion. Could be late tonight." I know that meeting is not with the CEO. I know it's with whoever sent that text last night. I realize I've been a prop in his Family Man brand all along. Just a pretty background character in his performance. The second his car pulls out of the driveway, I'm back in the nursery. Maya is sleeping peacefully in her crib, completely unaware that her favorite stuffed elephant is about to blow up her father's entire world. I take the burner phone and head straight to Techmaster, a local electronics shop I used to visit when I worked. The owner, Danny, is an old friend. "Elena. Long time no see," he greets me. I don't waste time with small talk. "Danny, I need an identical phone model and a SIM card cloner. Today. Now." He sees the look on my face and asks no questions. By noon, I'm sitting in my car with his entire digital life mirrored on a device he doesn't even know exists. Every text, every call, every photo. All of it copied perfectly. I put the original back in the elephant exactly how I found it. The trap is set. Now I just need to wait and watch. I open the mirrored messages app with shaking fingers. The contact name is listed as construction with a hard hat emoji. Smart. If I ever saw it quickly, I'd think it was work-related. But when I open the chat, my entire world falls apart. The photos aren't of construction sites. They're of Sloane Stevens, the 24-year-old daughter of Mark's CEO, Richard Stevens. She's beautiful, young, and completely shameless. The messages make me sick. They aren't just having an affair. They're mocking me, laughing at me. One photo shows them at Romano's, the most expensive Italian restaurant in the city, taken 3 weeks ago. That was the night I was home with mastitis, crying from the pain while Mark said he was working late on a project. The caption under the photo reads, "She has no idea. She's too busy being a milk machine to notice us." I run to the bathroom and throw up. As a former auditor, I know that numbers don't lie. People lie. Words lie. But bank statements tell the truth every single time. I log into our retirement accounts using the password Mark thinks I forgot. There it is, clear as day. Mark has been funneling $5,000 every single month into a shell company called SS Consulting LLC. SS stands for Sloane Stevens. He's been buying her a luxury life with my daughter's college fund, with our future, with money that should be securing Maya's future. He's spent over $60,000 in the last year alone. My hands are shaking so hard I can barely type, but my mind is crystal clear and calculating like it used to be in the boardroom. I don't just need a divorce. I need a total eclipse of everything he's built. I need to destroy him completely so he can never do this to another woman again. A new notification pops up on the cloned burner phone while I'm still staring at the bank statements. My blood runs cold when I see the sender's name. It's from my brother, Marcus. My own blood. My only sibling. The message reads, "He's safe. Elena is taking a nap with the baby. Coast is clear. See you at the club in 20. The room starts spinning around me. I have to grab the edge of the kitchen counter to keep from falling. My brother isn't just knowing about this affair. He's actively helping Mark hide it. He's the lookout. The accomplice. The betrayal cuts deeper than anything Mark has done because Marcus and I grew up together. We survived our parents' divorce together. We promised to always protect each other. And now he's chosen my cheating husband over his own sister. I'm completely alone in this house, surrounded by people who are supposed to love me but are actually plotting against me. I invite Marcus over for dinner 2 days later. I cook his favorite meal, ribeye steak with garlic mashed potatoes and roasted asparagus, just like Mom used to make. I watch him and Mark laugh about old times, about college football games and stupid pranks they pulled. They clink their beer bottles together like best friends. Under the table, hidden in my lap, I have my phone recording every single word they say. "How's work going, Marcus?" I ask sweetly, playing the perfect hostess. "Really good, sis. Mark's been a huge help with those client referrals. Got me that promotion I wanted. He doesn't even have the decency to look guilty." I smile and nod, but inside, I'm mourning. I'm mourning a brother who died to me the exact moment he chose to betray me. The Marcus I grew up with wouldn't do this. This person sitting at my table is a stranger wearing my brother's face. "Elena, you've been acting kind of twitchy lately," Mark says after Marcus leaves. He puts his hand on my shoulder in what's supposed to be a comforting gesture. His touch makes my skin crawl. "Maybe you should see a doctor about postpartum anxiety." I read that some women start imagining things after having a baby. Paranoia, mood swings, all that stuff. He's trying to plant seeds of doubt about my sanity before I can even speak up. He's setting up his defense, making everyone think I'm crazy so when the truth comes out, nobody will believe me. It's a classic manipulation tactic. I've seen abusive partners do this exact thing in the fraud cases I used to investigate. But I just nod slowly and give him a tired smile. "You're probably right, Mark. I'm just exhausted. Maya keeps me up all night. I'm not thinking clearly. I watch relief flood his face. He thinks he's won. He thinks I'm broken. I dig deeper into the burner phone's cloud storage that night while Mark snores beside me. I find a folder buried in the files, titled The Exit Plan. My heart stops. Inside are multiple documents. Draft divorce papers. A custody agreement. A settlement proposal. He's been planning this for months, maybe longer. The documents claim I'm mentally unstable, suffering from severe postpartum depression, and unfit to care for Maya. He wants full custody. He wants the house. He wants to avoid paying me $1 in alimony. There are even fake doctor's notes he's had forged, documenting my supposed mental decline. He's building a legal case to paint me as an unfit mother. That was his biggest mistake. The one that seals his fate. You can take my money, steal my time, break my heart. But you don't come after my child. You don't try to take Maya away from me. The company newsletter arrives in my email the next morning. Man of the Year Gala, celebrating Mark Martinez's promotion to senior partner. The event is scheduled for 3 weeks from now at the Grand Ballroom downtown. Mark is being honored for his integrity, his family values, and his outstanding leadership. It's the peak of his career, the moment he's been working toward for 8 years. It's also the perfect stage for his fall. I start planning what I call the long game sink. I don't just want to expose the affair. That's too simple, too clean. I want to expose the fraud, the embezzlement, the lies, everything. I want his professional reputation destroyed so thoroughly that he never works in finance again. I want him to lose everything he values more than his family. His career, his status, his precious reputation. All of it gone in one night. I meet with a lawyer, but not a divorce attorney like Mark would expect. I meet with James Chen, a white-collar criminal defense specialist I used to work with on fraud cases. I hand over printed copies of the SS consulting invoices, the bank transfers, the shell company documents. James goes pale as he reads through the evidence. Elena, this is textbook embezzlement, he whispers, looking up at me with wide eyes. If you report this to the company and the authorities, Mark goes to prison. Minimum 5 years, possibly 10 with these amounts. I look him directly in the eye without blinking. I don't want him in prison yet, James. Not yet. First, I want him in debt. I want him publicly humiliated. I want him to lose everything before he loses his freedom. Can you help me do that? James stares at me for a long moment, then slowly nods. You're scarier than any criminal I've ever defended, he says. I smile. Good. I install a GPS tracker on Mark's car while he's in the shower one morning. It's a tiny magnetic device that costs $30 on Amazon and sticks right under the rear bumper. From my phone, I can now see everywhere he goes in real time. I watch his little red dot move through the city while I'm feeding Maya. One Tuesday afternoon, while I'm at the pediatrician for Maya's checkup, I get a notification. Mark's car is parked at Stella Jewelry, the most expensive jeweler in the state. He's there for 45 minutes. A new message pops up on the cloned burner phone. Just got the rocks. 3 carats. Princess cut. You're going to love wearing them at the gala, baby. Can't wait to see you shine. He's buying Sloan a commitment ring with our mortgage payment money. With the money we're supposed to be saving for Maya's future. The rage I feel is so pure it almost feels cold. Mark comes home that evening and hands me a small velvet box with a proud smile on his face. For being such a great mom, he says, kissing my forehead. I know I've been working a lot lately. I wanted you to know I appreciate everything you do. I open the box. Inside is a tiny gold-plated heart necklace, the kind you can buy at any department store. It's pretty, but it's clearly cheap. I thank him with a smile and put it on immediately. It's beautiful, Mark. Thank you so much. He looks so pleased with himself. Later that night, while taking out the trash, I find the receipt crumpled at the bottom of the garage trash can. $50. He spent $50 on my appreciation gift. The next morning, I check his credit card statement. $12,000 charged to Stella Jewelry the same day. He spent almost 250 times more on his mistress than on his wife. I spend 3 nights straight feeding the baby, while actually sitting in the dark nursery compiling a complete contact list from the burner phone. It's not just Sloan on this phone. Mark has been sloppy, careless, overconfident. I find messages with his boss Richard Stevens, arranging meetings and covering for the affair. Messages with clients, mixing business with personal favors. Messages with Deacon Williams from our church, asking him to counsel me about my struggles with motherhood. Messages with members of our country club, people I thought were friends. Everyone knew. Everyone was helping him, or at least staying silent while he destroyed our family. I create a spreadsheet and categorize every single contact into groups. Professional contacts, family members, church community, legal associates, and social circle. 412 people total. Each one will get the evidence. Every single one. I spend the morning of the gala at Serenity Spa, the luxury day spa downtown. I get a facial, a massage, a manicure, and a professional makeup application. I want to look absolutely radiant for what I'm about to do. I want to look powerful, confident, and completely in control. Mark comments on how settled and calm I seem when I get home. Therapy must be helping, he says, referring to the fake counseling appointments I told him I was attending. I've found my peace, I tell him, and it's not even a lie. I have found peace. It's the peace that comes from knowing exactly what you're going to do and having every detail planned perfectly. Mark thinks he's won. He thinks I'm medicated, compliant, and broken. He has absolutely no idea that the peace I found is the peace that comes right before the storm. The quiet before total destruction. As I'm getting ready, putting on the red dress I bought specifically for tonight, Marcus calls my phone. He sounds panicked, guilty, scared. Elena, listen to me. Mark is planning something tonight at the gala. Something big. I think he's going to ask Sloan to marry him publicly. Just stay home. Please. Don't go. His voice is shaking. He's trying to save his own skin now, finally realizing that the ship he's on is sinking fast. But then he says something that changes everything. I've been recording him, Elena. 4 months. I have recordings of everything he's said, every plan he's made. I was keeping it as insurance in case he ever tried to blame me for anything. My brother, the coward, has been covering his own back this whole time. I make him an offer he can't refuse. Send me every single file you have right now, Marcus. Every recording, every text, every piece of evidence. Or I include you in the evidence blast tonight and destroy your career too. He folds immediately. 5 minutes later, my email is flooded with files. Marcus's files are worse than I ever imagined. Much worse. Mark isn't just embezzling money from the company to fund his affair with Sloan. He's been losing Richard Stevens's personal investment money in bad stock trades, risky options, crypto gambling, terrible decisions that have cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. He's been using the SS Consulting account to hide the losses from the company's books, shuffling money around to cover his tracks. He's not just a cheater. He's a complete failure at everything he touches. The promotion he's getting tonight is based entirely on fake numbers, cooked books, and hidden losses. When Richard Stevens finds out his golden boy has been stealing from him and losing his money, there won't be anywhere on earth Mark can hide. The evidence Marcus sent me is enough to put Mark away for 20 years. I save everything to 3 different cloud accounts. Insurance. I walk into the grand ballroom in my red dress that cost more than Mark's car payment. I paid for it from a secret bank account I opened 5 weeks ago, funded by money I had hidden from my old career that Mark never knew existed. The ballroom is spectacular, all crystal chandeliers and gold decorations. Sloan is there near the bar, wearing the 3-carat diamond ring on her left hand like she's already Mrs. Martinez. She's in a white dress that's completely inappropriate for someone attending her father's employee's promotion party. When she sees me, she actually smirks. She thinks she's won. She thinks I'm the pathetic, clueless wife who suspects nothing. I smile back at her, a real genuine smile. It's the smile of a woman who knows exactly where all the bodies are buried and has already dug the graves. Her smirk falters just a little. Good. Sloane corners me in the bathroom 20 minutes later, just like I knew she would. She can't help herself. She needs to gloat. He's leaving you tonight, you know, she says, reapplying her lipstick in the mirror. Right after his speech. He's going to announce our engagement. Don't make a scene, Elena. Just go quietly and let him be happy for once. She's so young, so stupid, so sure of herself. I lean in close and whisper directly into her ear. Honey, I'm not the one leaving tonight. I'm the one staying. You're just the moving van he used to pack up his old life. And sweetie, moving vans are disposable. I watch her face go completely pale in the mirror. Her hand freezes with the lipstick halfway to her mouth. I fix my hair one more time and walk out, leaving her standing there in shock. I can practically feel her world starting to crumble. Mark is finally on stage under the bright spotlight. CEO Richard Stevens is standing next to him, praising Mark's integrity, his dedication, his family values. The irony is so thick I could choke on it. Richard talks about trust, about loyalty, about the kind of man he wants leading his company into the future. Mark steps up to the microphone with that confident smile I used to love. Thank you, Richard. Thank you all for this incredible honor. Everything I do for my family. For my beautiful wife, Elena, who's here tonight. He points at me in the crowd. Everyone turns to look. I smile and wave. Then I pull out my phone. I have the mass message app open on my screen. 412 recipients loaded and ready. My finger hovers over the send button. This is it. The point of no return. I take one deep breath and press send. For 1 perfect second, there's complete silence in the ballroom. Then I hear it. A single ping from somewhere in the crowd. Then another ping. Then another. Then a chorus of 400 phones all chiming in perfect rhythmic succession like a symphony of destruction. Ping. 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 The sound spreads through the ballroom like falling dominoes. Richard Stevens pulls out his phone. Deacon Williams pulls out his phone. Every single person in that room is reading the same message at the exact same time. Photos of Mark and Sloane at Romano's. Bank statements showing the SS consulting fraud. The investment losses Richard doesn't know about. Audio recordings of Mark calling Richard a senile old fool who's easy to manipulate. Screenshots of Mark's plan to frame me as mentally ill and take Maya. Everything. Every single piece of evidence, sent to everyone who matters in his life. Mark stops speaking mid-sentence. He stands frozen on stage as he watches the entire room looking down at their phones, then slowly looking up at him with expressions of pure disgust, shock, and rage. The projection screen behind Mark suddenly lights up. Someone in the IT booth received the message too and decided to share it with everyone who can't see their phones. Now Mark's crimes are displayed on a massive screen in high definition. The photos are 20 feet tall. The bank statements are impossible to deny. Richard Stevens walks up to the stage. He's shaking with rage. He takes the microphone from Mark's frozen hand. Security, Richard's voice echoes through the completely silent ballroom. Escort this man out of my building. You're fired, Mark. And I'll see you in court on Monday morning. 2 security guards appear and take Mark by both arms. He finally seems to wake up from his shock. He looks at me across the ballroom. I meet his eyes and smile. Not a happy smile. A knowing smile. He mouths the word, "Why?" I mouth back, "Maya." He understands. I don't stay to watch security drag him out. I'm already walking toward the valet, my heels clicking on the marble floor. I hear Sloane crying somewhere behind me. I don't look back. 6 months later, I'm sitting on the porch of a beach house overlooking the Pacific Ocean. Maya is playing with her toys on a blanket beside me, babbling happily at seagulls flying past. The SS consulting money was fully recovered thanks to James Chen's legal work. The company settled out of court, and thanks to my cooperation in their investigation, most of the money went into a trust fund for Maya that Mark can never touch. Mark is living in a one-bedroom apartment 40 miles away, facing 3 separate fraud lawsuits and possible prison time. He gets supervised visits with Maya once a month. Richard Stevens personally called to apologize to me and thank me for exposing the truth. Marcus hasn't called since that night. I blocked his number and never looked back. Some betrayals are unforgivable. I look at Maya, then at the horizon where the sun is setting in beautiful orange and pink colors. I didn't just find a burner phone hidden in a stuffed elephant. I found my strength. I found my exit. And I found my future. A future where I'm not a prop in someone else's story. I'm the author of my own.